You are now listening to the Q&E podcast.
Is this what you want? Huh? Is this what you want? I'm trying to get it, goddammit!
What's up, everybody? You are listening to the Q&E podcast. You are here with your boy Q Hicks right now. And I got Edgar on the other line. Edgar, tell the people what's good.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Q&E podcast. Today, we got a very close friend of mine, friend of both of ours now. He like a brother to me. He's from St. Pete. He's also a rapper. Y'all might know him. Most of y'all might know him. Basically, Jonathan Finkley, a.k.a. Young K. Go ahead and introduce yourself, bro. You might gotta cut your mic on, my guy.
Yo, your mic ain't on. There you go. Yeah, you good. Oh, no, his shit's still on mute.
Nah, your shit's still low. You was good before we started, my guy.
Hey, for real. It say it's unmuted right now. It say you good. You should be talking.
Take your headphones out and plug them back in. Try that.
Probably what it is. Well, we'll get him back after the technical difficulties. But if this is your first time listening to the Q&E podcast, we do have 5 segments. We have the sports segment. We have 2 Wild Wednesday. Social media wants to know. We have entertainment. And we also have Pass the Ox. We have a lot to dive into today. We had a couple losses in the black community, a couple of deep losses in the black community. Also going to talk about Jamal Murray. Should Steph be in the MVP conversation? And also UshBucks. What's good with Usher and his situation right now, dog? A lot of questions going on about Usher, man. We definitely gonna dive into all of that, so definitely stick with us. And also, every Thursday at 9 a.m. we are on Dash Radio's Nothing But Net channel. So definitely check us out tomorrow at 9 a.m. We would appreciate the listen. We dive into a lot of stuff. We dive into just so much basketball topics on that channel, way more than we do on the podcast. So definitely check out Q&E Radio. Now let's see if Jonathan is good to get back in here now. You good, bro? I still can't hear.
I still can't hear.
We still can't hear you,
what
bro.
happened to you, Mike?
I swear it was just good before the pod. It was just good for the pod. I don't know what's good. So yeah, we'll have to get him back a little later. But all right, bro. So let's dive into the losses into the community since there was such huge losses. First, let's start off with DMX. Huge loss in the community, man. We talked about it a little bit on BS3 Radio. Definitely go check us out over there. We were over there on Saturday night, so definitely check out that podcast as well. But we talked about a little bit of DMX and his passing. Edgar, what was your first reaction to the news?
My first reaction, it was just a real heavy hit to not only the hip hop community, but the black community in general. Like, if you love music, if you love hip hop, you've heard DMX before, you know DMX, like, you know his songs no matter how young you are, like whether you know it's him rapping or not. Like, everybody done heard Party Up, everybody done heard all his classics, you know. So, and he wasn't just a star on the mic, he was a star on the TV screen too. You know, he was in Belly. You know, he was in so many movies, bro. It's just Cradle to the Grave and all of that. And he was on Def Jam Vendetta. Like, he touched so many different things from music to movies to video games. And he was such a preacher, too, in his music. He had songs talking about God, talking to God. Everybody knows that his prayers with his unique voice, he just touched the community in a deep way. So to hear that he overdosed and just couldn't overcome those demons and just passed away in that tragic way, it was just real hard on everybody to know that.
Yeah, man. And that really shows you like how real that addiction shit is. Even when you think you're doing good for a stretch of time, it's like that shit can catch you at any time. And unfortunately that led to his demise. But like Edgar just said, I know him more for his acting and being an underrated thespian, man. Being born in 98, being 22, I really wasn't into his music. Like, obviously I know the hits and things like that, but like when I was in school, like I always had the channel on VH1 and on IFC, and those channels continue to play DMX movies. So I always looked at him as being so underrated in that aspect. When you talk about Cradle to the Grave, when you talk about Belly, Never Die Alone, Romeo Must Die with Aaliyah.
Oh
like
yeah,
all of
Romeo
those,
Must Die. Yep.
bro, all of those hood classics. You feel what I'm saying? So I really just look at him in that way and just really started to appreciate him way more when I seen him in that light and in that aspect, man. It's just like we lost a beautiful soul as well. Like Edgar said, with the preaching and everything that he tried to do, we lost a beautiful soul on wasn't it Saturday? I think we had lost him.
Maybe Friday. It might have been Friday.
Might have been Friday. Yeah,
Mhm.
but lost a beautiful soul, man. And let's move on to this Daunte Wright news, man. Talk about more loss into the community. Crazy as hell, the situation that went down. Another loss. Once again, I still feel desensitized to this shit, man. But what was your first reaction to this?
I felt the same as you. I was very desensitized. Like, of course, I'm saddened because we lost another young black life, you know, only 20, I think, 20 years old. Just, I don't know, bro. It's just, I can't get mad anymore. Like, I'm mad as hell, but I can't express how mad I am anymore because it just happens over and over and over again. And this is a big reason why we say in film now, we don't need that many movies displaying what happens in real life. Like, we literally just had something happen tragic, and I don't want to see Netflix come out with this movie now that they're about to come out with where this black man gets killed by a police officer and he
Multiple
has to relive.
times.
Yeah, he has to relive the day over and over.
Yeah.
Like, if y'all have ever seen the movie, I think it's called like Happy Birthday or something like that, where that girl had to relive her birthday over and over because she kept getting killed. It's basically that, but with police brutality. So I don't know, bro. I'm just shout prayers to his family. Shout out to his family. I pray they get justice. The officer Kim Potter, she just got charged today with secondary manslaughter. And
really?
She's facing 10 years in prison.
I'm surprised she got charged. She got charged. I thought they was gonna give her that accident shit, bro. Because that was some complete bullshit. You, as a cop who's been in the force for what they said, like 20 years, you're supposed to know the difference between a taser and a gun, bro. And she tried to make it look like an accident after she shot him after he tried to get back in the car. It's like, come on, dude. Even if he was trying to resist arrest, it shouldn't have to come to that, bro. It really shouldn't have to come to that. So we've seen this over and over and over again, and it's not an excuse. Even if somebody is guilty, it's still not an excuse to shoot them, bro. Come on, if he was white, this wouldn't have happened. Guns wouldn't have been pulled. But since he's black, guns were pulled, and now we have a lost life. This shit is getting crazy in the community. Every week we having a story like this, bro. Shit is ridiculous. Let's see if we can get Jonathan back in on here now. John, you can?
There you go.
Yeah, we got you now. We got you now. Yeah.
We ain't talking about too much. You got time. You got time.
I was paying attention, man. I was paying attention. Just had to leave and come back.
So how did you feel about the Daunte Wright news and everything that's going down with his killing and all that with Kim Potter?
Man, you know, I'm just getting tired of, you know, it get to a point, it all be the same at one point, you know what I'm saying? They keep telling it, they keep saying they gonna change, they gonna stop this, and you know, they here to protect us, but they don't never protect us, bro. And then they wonder how we act, you know what I'm saying? So it just comes to a point, you know, I'm just tired of it. I don't even want to even, it's like another one gone for no reason, you know what I'm saying? Every time. And it's always, it was accident, or it was their fault, or they didn't know this. But they've been on the force, you know, 10, 20, however many years. You got all this training, and you can't tell the difference between a taser and a gun. Like, it's just crazy, bro. I can't even.
And the thing I said before we even started, like, how do you even get that mixed up? Because if you're reaching for your gun, why is your taser on the same side of your body that your gun is on? Why are they next to each other in the first place? That was just crazy.
Yeah.
I don't think that was the reason, bro. I think she knew exactly what she was doing. She just tried to play the shit off, bro. Because she knew what she did. She knew what she did in that situation.
They be knowing when one do it, they think they all can do it. That's just really how it goes. It's like, oh, they don't got off on this. I do this, I'm gonna get off too. You know what I'm saying? It's monkey see, monkey do with them. Like, it's just how they feel. It's crazy because, you know, we got families suffering, you feel me, for no reason, but they don't care. At the end of the day, they still gonna get paid. She got the 10 years or whatever, but I don't even think she gonna sit. Like, it don't even.
That's what I'm saying. She got charged, but
it
who
don't
knows?
sit right, man. She got charged, but
Yeah.
it don't sit right. You know what I'm saying? They always go back to trial, flip it around, all type of stuff. Like the families can't never like really grieve in peace. Like it don't be. It's just unnecessary.
And it's funny because they keep on saying it's an accident. Like we're supposed to just accept that, and like a family
Yeah.
did just lose they son because of an accident. In the line of duty like that, bro, you can't have accidents, especially like that. You cannot have accidents. So the fact that they trying to justify it by saying it's an accident, and I see Ted Cruz had said somewhere that accidents are going to happen. Like, no, bro, that shit is not acceptable, my nigga.
Exactly.
And somebody
So-
who's a governor who is saying this shit. That shit really tell you how America looks at us black
Sad.
folks, bro. That shit is nuts. If this
Sad.
was a white folk, if this was somebody white, they wouldn't have been saying this shit, bro. This shit always flips on its head, bro. And the same thing with my boy situation with Daunte Wright situation. They always expect us to act calm with a gun in our face. I'm not surprised he acted the way he acted with a gun in his face, especially when you see the way she acted. He squirmed a little bit and she runs off with the gun. She shoots the gun. But you expect him to act calm when he got a gun in his face? Come on,
it's so
dog.
sad. Like stuff like that happen all the time behind the scenes too. It's like they state that's the first thing they do. They come to the car with the gun to your face. Like when they pull you, that's why people be scared to get pulled over. I ain't pulling over because that's how they come to the car. They claim the car might be stolen. It's all they got all these type of
for an air
excuses.
freshener, bro. He got pulled over for an air freshener in the first place. Pulled over for an air freshener,
bro.
Come on, dog. Come on, dog. Why is that even a law? An air freshener is illegal in Minnesota. Why is that a law? That shit nuts,
bro.
dog.
They know what they be. They know what they be doing, bro. They know exactly what
like
they
Quincy.
Be
Like Quincy said, there are certain jobs that you just cannot have accidents. And Chris Rock definitely made a huge point of this. I think in his 2018 comedy special, Tambourine, he said this he said this like 3 years ago. He said, there are certain jobs you just cannot have bad apples. Well, you know the phrase, one bad apple could spoil the whole. There should be no bad apples when it comes to police work. Are you gonna get on a plane with a driver that don't really know, with a flyer that don't really know how to fly? No,
know how to fly.
So you'll see airports hiring pilots that don't know how to fly. So why the hell are we hiring policemen and police women that don't know how to do their job, bro? Like, no, it's your job to keep people safe.
And they make it seem like they just picking up policemen off the street, like they just go grab a random dude, like. Hey,
and that's what it feels like. That's really what it be.
Like, it is. It is what it feels like, but they be going through their training, and I don't really think they even probably training them the right way no more. Like
they not training them the right way.
Like, because all that them keeping their knee on our back and holding us down for 10 minutes till we ain't able to breathe no more. Like it's just crazy, bro.
And that situation that just happened recently with that army vet where he got like pepper sprayed or whatever in his car, and he was like this the whole time. And he told the police, he was like, "Bro, I am afraid for my life. I'm not getting out the car." And his hands was like this the whole time. And you literally hear a policeman say, "You better be afraid," and they pepper spraying him in his face. And he like, I'm an army vet. I am a veteran, and they didn't care about that shit at all whatsoever. So it's like, hey, like Jay-Z said, still nigga. At the end of the day, it don't matter what you got on. It don't matter if you're an army vet, you a CEO, you an everyday 9-to-5 worker. It don't matter, bro. When you black, it's liable to happen to you. So I just want all black people to know that. All black people need to be aware and be safe.
Man, they'll pull you over for anything. Your hair, they told me they might pull me over for my hair. Oh, you got dreads? You know, I did go eat. And you get them dreads, they see you as, this and that. And you ain't even got to be that type of person. You might just like the hairstyle. And you just, hey, that's how they look at you. And ain't right.
DWB, what they say, driving while black. Boy, you gonna get pulled over. Cuz had a do-rag on. My cousin had a do-rag on before got pulled over just for that shit. That nigga wasn't doing nothing wrong, but he had a do-rag on. So they think he up to some shit. This shit got to change. And I really don't see any solution anytime soon either, bro. This shit is too deep rooted, my nigga. It's too deep rooted for it to change anytime soon. We said the same thing back in last May when it was with the George Floyd. They was talking about, it's going to be changed with the George Floyd shit. How many more murders we done had since then, or police brutality instances have we had since then? We saying the same old song that we were saying back in May when George Floyd was killed. It's the same old story, bro. Shit is crazy.
If we don't like as blacks, You feel me? If we don't
Come
really
together.
like push
Yeah.
them out of that position,
Mm-hmm.
ain't nothing we can really do. It's gonna keep going like that forever. Cause you got
Facts.
one thing about it, they've been had that. They've been had all this on lock. So if we don't feel me, we can't come together and like really stand up and push them out that position. It's gonna keep happening.
I fully
It's
agree
gonna
with
keep
that, my
happening.
brother. I fully agree. All right, man. Y'all got anything else on those topics? Do you have any words for DMX though, bro? You ain't get to speak on DMX.
Hey man, that's another tough L too, for real. I ain't gonna lie, like I ain't gonna I ain't gonna overdo it and act like I just sat there and was running DMX all day every day because I wasn't. But I was definitely a fan. Cradle to the Grave is probably one of my favorite movies all time. Um, and that's a big reason because of him. He
Mm-hmm.
might not have been looked at as a great actor, but to me, I felt like he was building that. He could have gotten better. If he would have got more of those type
Mm-hmm.
of roles and continued to do what he was doing, he was headed in a good path. But yeah, man, that DMX hurt. That was a tough
For
loss right there.
sure. For sure, man, for sure. And my mom had just said it. My mom just said it the other day. She was like, she was talking about Cradle to the Grave, and she was like, damn, she's like, DMX was in Cradle to the Grave. I was like, yeah. She's like, damn, I thought that was Tyrese. She's like, I thought that was Tyrese. I was like, I was like, nah, that was DMX. She's like, damn, don't Tyrese got a movie like that? Because Tyrese had Waist Deep, and Waist Deep was basically the same movie as Cradle to the Grave. She was like, damn, I thought that was Tyrese the whole time.
Mom
Like,
hilarious, dog.
she's like, that was Tyrese. That was Tyrese. I was
Tyrese.
like, he's like, no, man, that was DMX. I was like, Tyrese is in Waist Deep. She's like, oh, that shit was the same movie then. I was like, yeah, basically the same movie. Basically the same movie. All right, man. All right, man. Let's move on to some lighter news. Let's move on to some sports. All right, so we got the Jamal Murray injury. Huge news in the NBA, especially after last week with Eggert talking all that about the Nuggets about to beat the Lakers in the first round. But this is a huge injury. Just want to say thoughts and prayers with Jamal Murray and everything with his family. But how do y'all feel about the injury?
I'll let John go first. You go ahead.
You gonna let me go ahead, man?
Yeah, he already know what I'm gonna
say. we talking about.
Jamal Murray, your favorite player?
Hey, look. Not my favorite player, but he's one of my favorite up and coming players. Like I've been talking about him and Jokic and that duo for like over the last couple of years. Not like
he has for real. He has.
That boy is serious. Like he really don't got in his bag, and for him to like go down off this type of injury, like at the end of the season, like when they right there knocking on the door after acquiring, Aaron Gordon, like that kind of sucks, bro. Because Aaron Gordon's starting to find like a little groove with the team, and Jokic has been at MVP level all season. Like that really kind of hurt, bro. I want to see him, be that player because he has potential to become that superstar. And for him to suffer to an injury like this, when I feel like they was gonna make some noise in the playoffs again, like it kind of hurts.
Oh, so you thought they would beat the Lakers in the first round too, then? Yep.
I'm not gonna lie, kind of depend on whoever they played. I do feel like they have enough, ammunition to beat. I do feel like they have enough ammunition to beat the Lakers though, but it was just gonna depend. It was gonna depend on how I rounded out. Because I mean, the Clippers are looking nice, even though they folded last year, but the Clippers looking nice too still.
I mean, I was just hurt for all the reasons that you just said. Like, we seen Jamal Murray grow into knocking on the door of like a true all-star talent, like a frequent all-star talent. So to see him go down like this and what I felt was possibly their best chance over the last few years to get to the Western Conference Finals and possibly knock on the door of the finals, I do agree. It hurts the Nuggets very bad, but I also think that the Nuggets can still do something, bro. I feel like they could still possibly beat the Lakers if they were to play the Lakers in the first round. I got more faith in the Lakers winning now because Jamal Murray out.
Nah.
But with Jokic leading that team, with Aaron Gordon finding his groove now, and you still got MPJ and you got JaVale McGee, come on, bro. I feel like that Nuggets team is going to still go 6 or 7 games, whether Murray is playing or not.
Nah. I agree with my boy Joe. My boy Joe was talking about it's going to be a 5-game series. It's going to be a 5-game series now.
5 games? Y'all being disrespectful.
It's going to be 5. No, Jamal Murray. Murray was carrying them in stretches last year, bro. He was carrying them in stretches. So you don't have that anymore? Nah, but you dropping.
I'm not going. Yeah, Jokic is going. Jokic going to need him, and that pick and roll that they was running last year during the playoffs. They was getting off, and like now that they don't have that's going to be kind of tough, bro. Like we know it. Aaron Gordon and MPJ, like it is going to be role players that's going to step up, but they're not going to be that same team because the identity of that team is Jokic and Murray, and it's going to be tough.
Monte nice, bro, but he ain't Murray though, is what I'm saying. Like he's one of the best backups in the league, but he's not Jamal Murray, bro. Like y'all seeing how crazy he goes in the playoffs. Y'all see how crazy this man go. So we already know what Murray is. So Monte is a solid replacement, but he's just not Jamal Murray. Yeah. Like Edgar's already said, like somebody who is potentially close to being an all-star this season. But I think somebody who could possibly benefit from this is Michael Porter Jr. I think Michael Porter Jr., this will be his coming out party to the whole NBA. And he will show the NBA that he will be a star and I'm not just talking about all-star. He can be a potential like top 10 player in the league because I think he has that much potential still. Like coming out of high school, we forget that this man was the number 1 player in the country for good reason. He's 6'10", got a good game. I know he still has flaws on defense, but offensively, bro, dude really doesn't have any holes. So I think this will be his coming out party, and Jokic has to have a wing player that is dominant, especially without a Jamal Murray. And I think that will be Michael Porter. He's going to step out big in this playoff run.
Yeah,
he's still alone. Oh, okay.
I totally agree.
Well, yeah. All right. Hold on. All right, bro. Let's move on to Julian Edelman. So a lot of people, he just retired this week. So shout out to Julian Edelman. Definitely had a great career, but a lot of people are trying to put him into the Hall of Fame conversation. He had a lot of good playoff moments. We already know that. Had some big catches in the Super Bowl. But would you guys put him in the Hall of Fame, Edgar?
Yeah, most definitely. I feel like anybody who says otherwise, like, no, you talking crazy at that point. Like, we need to understand. Yes, Brady and Gronk is the duo that makes the Patriots offensive system stir, but without Julian Edelman, can you honestly say they having all the rings that they have? Like you take Julian Edelman out of that, and they possibly don't have 2 or 3 of those rings. To be honest with you, especially that Atlanta replacement.
They would have found a replacement for him.
Nah,
it was the same type of receiver, bro. They lost Wes Welker. They got in Julian Edelman. Trust me, they're gonna get another receiver that's just like Julian Edelman, bro. It's a replaceable position, but they just benefit because they're playing with Tom Brady. So Brady is the GOAT. Brady gonna make you look good, bro. Brady gonna make you look good.
I can't do that.
Welker was undrafted. Edelman was undrafted. He gonna make you look good, bro. You playing with the GOAT.
I don't know, bro. I feel like the stats that he put up in the playoffs, his regular season stats, okay, you can make an argument to not put him in because of that. Because I seen somebody on Twitter compare Julian Edelman regular season and Ocho Cinco regular season, and you can definitely make the argument. Everyone knows Ocho should be in the Hall of Fame, but if Ocho isn't in and he got the stats he got, but Julian Edelman can get in because regular season stats and his ain't up to par, you can make an argument there. But playoff stats, we can't ignore that, bro. We just can't. I feel like you have to put him in the Hall of Fame. And I feel like he's first ballot worthy. Like I said, you ain't winning them Super Bowls without Julian Edelman if you Tom Brady.
Think about what you saying, though, bro. First ballot, like Andre Johnson isn't in the Hall of Fame. And that's a first ballot type of wide receiver.
I agree.
But
I totally agree.
There's no way they're not going to put Andre Johnson in and you're going to put in Julian Edelman. Bro, I'm
because
looking
one
at the Hall of Fame committee crazy. I'm looking at the committee crazy. And if you putting in Edelman over Andre Johnson, bro, and over Torrey Holt, all them other great wide receivers, and you putting in somebody who was really just great in the playoffs, nah, I'm looking at you crazy, bro. I'm looking at you crazy.
I don't know, bro. I feel like he first ballot worthy. Shout out to Andre Johnson and the rest of them people who done got snubbed over time and everything, but because y'all deserve to be in. But I feel Julian Edelman deserve to be in there too. Just
John,
off of
bro, how you feel about it? Yep.
I gotta disagree.
Well, who?
I don't think he first ballot worthy. I ain't gonna lie to you. He was what'd you say?
I ain't say nothing.
Oh, he might be lagging.
Oh yeah, you lagging.
You heard me?
Yeah, we heard you, but you lagging though.
Yeah, it's lagging.
Yeah, we're
a
gonna
little
bring it back.
piece.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm just saying. I don't think he first. I don't think he first ballot. I don't think he first ballot.
I don't think he a Hall of Famer, period. I don't think you can put him in.
What?
I don't think you can put him in, bro.
You can say he's not first ballot. You can say he's not first ballot, but you're not gonna put him in at all. You tripping, bro? No.
Nah, I can't put him in. I can't put him in. It's too many great people that have played.
Got their own Hall of Fame, then he can go in.
That's what I'm saying. He can be in the Patriots Hall of Fame all he wants to. He was a great Patriot player. Yeah, he up there with the great Patriots. But I can't put you in the Hall of Fame when there's so many other people that's better than you that are not in. Just like you said, Ocho Cinco. And Ocho Cinco is somebody who's most likely not going to get in, and he's not even in the Hall of Fame. So you're going to put in Edelman, who is basically, like I said, a byproduct of the GOAT? Nah, bruh. Because what Ocho Cinco would have did if he had the GOAT his whole career? If he had Brady the whole career,
we already know. We already know.
That's what I'm saying. So you have to look at him as that, as a byproduct of Brady, and that's how I view him. Him and Wes Walker were just byproducts of Brady. They played with the GOAT their whole career, and that's why they look so good. But you got to put the other people above them, bro. The Edelmans, not the Edelmans, but the Ocho Cincos, the Andre Johnsons, the Torrey Holts. I got to put them above him. And like I said, there's some other names that I'm not even thinking about right now that should be in the Hall of Fame. Reggie Waynes and shit like that are not in the Hall of Fame. And you talking about Edelman? Nah, he's had some great moments. I don't want to take that away from him. Had a great career, but I cannot put him above. I cannot put him above all these other receivers.
I don't know. I disagree. I'm rooting for your Edelman. I feel like you're supposed to be in there. All the other players that you just named, they deserve to be in there too. They should have been first ballot. If they're not first ballot, they need to be in there, period. But I definitely believe Julian Edelman should be in. I feel like he's first ballot, but if you don't think he's first ballot, that's cool, but I can't agree that he just shouldn't be in there at all.
All right, my boy Rollins talking about he got a Super Bowl MVP.
Hey, he got a Super Bowl MVP. What?
Congratulations.
Congratulations. You not putting him in.
Congratulations. You play with the GOAT. You play with the GOAT, bro.
You got MVP over him. You got Super Bowl MVP over him.
You play with the GOAT, bro. No, when you play with the GOAT, you gonna get that type of shit. You gonna get that type of shit.
We can't count what he did. You still gotta make it happen.
He had a great career, and he's gonna be in the Patriots Hall of Fame. But I cannot put you over these better wide receivers, bro. And the Hall of Fame cannot just be playoffs. We can't just look at playoffs and say, "Oh, he's in because of playoffs." When, like you said before, the regular season, he's like the stats are like mid. So I'm like, I can't put him above all these other people, bro.
But Ocho Cinco never touched the playoffs really in his career. But we going off his regular season shit.
What do you mean? I'm talking about the player. The player of Ocho Cinco? Crazy. Way crazier than Edelman. So don't you try to say that Ocho Cinco shouldn't be getting in before Edelman.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying none of these players. No, I'm not saying none of these players shouldn't get in before Edelman. I'm just saying Edelman should get in too. That's what I'm saying. The fact that you're saying this is where I'm coming from though. Because Ocho Cinco, as much as I love Ocho Cinco, is not getting into the Hall of Fame. That's just how it is. I'm just keeping it a bean. Ocho Cinco not getting into the Hall of Fame. So that's what I'm looking at. If Ocho Cinco not getting in, Edelman should not get in. And that's why I say he's not passing Ocho Cinco, in my opinion. Even with all of the great playoff success, I can't put him above Ocho Cinco, who isn't going to get in. They're not putting Ocho in because of off the field shit. So I can't even fully.
I truly don't believe that. I truly don't believe that. He says that, but I truly don't believe that.
What on field shit could you put against him?
It's some other receivers like Steve Smith that is similar to the Ocho, and they're not saying that it's off the field shit that's really holding Steve back. And even Andre Johnson had no off the field issues, and he ain't in the Hall of Fame. So it's like even if that's being held against him, it's still some other examples that you can say that are not Edelman's not better than, and that's who I'm comparing him to. It's other wide receivers I'll compare you to, and like you're not above them, and they're not in after 10 years. Like Andre Johnson hasn't played since when, like 2014, 2015, and he ain't in.
But how many slot receivers are really doing what Edelman has done? Edelman is not a wideout, so I can't even really compare him to Ocho and Andre Johnson and players like that. Steve Smith, okay, that's a good example, but we all know Steve Smith is better than Julian Edelman, but that's a slot receiver, even though he done lined up on the outside a little bit, but he's mostly made most of his catches playing slot and in motion. So I feel like somebody like a Julian Edelman could definitely get into the Hall of Fame. I feel like he could.
All right. Comment says all for the part he played and where he came in. And then y'all said little dude deserves to be in.
Thank you.
Y'all putting him in for his story. Like, hey, he's supposed to be in because I'll
put him in for his story and what he's done in the playoffs and a little bit of shit that he did in the regular season. You ain't getting the Super Bowl MVP and not getting in the Hall of Fame.
You're playing with the GOAT your whole career now. You're playing with the GOAT your whole career.
So I'm supposed to hold that against him? That's like saying Gronk. That's like saying Gronk played with Tom Brady his whole career. Come on,
but we
bro.
still know how great, bro. Gronk would have been great wherever he played. I can't
Julian
say the same thing about Edelman.
Julian Edelman would have been very good no matter where he played. No matter where he played, the talent is there. How many college quarterbacks turned wide receiver like has been this good? Like, come on, bro. Like we can't even name too many players who've done something like that.
There's a lot of them in the NFL nowadays, but
I feel like he deserved to be in, bro.
All right. Let's move on to the next one. We got KD versus Shannon Sharp. All right, man. John, you with us?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, now let's move on to the KD versus Shannon Sharp altercation on the TL. So KD was going back and forth with Shannon Sharp yesterday, man. I guess Shannon Sharp has said a fake quote in one of the Undisputed shows recently, and KD had a problem with it, talking about Shannon Sharp was pushing fake quotes. They were going back and forth on the TL, and Shannon Sharp ended up blocking this nigga and shit. So how do y'all feel about this situation? And how do y'all feel about KD, man? And
I'm gonna let John go.
These social media interactions.
I'm gonna let John go first.
Yeah, so with KD being my favorite player and all, his one thing I can say, his off court attitude and just the way he approached a lot of stuff, off the court, I never really agree with it. But I do feel like people do say certain things to him, and they know what type of response they're going to get out of him. Just due to his prior and everything that he's done in the past. Like you've seen the fake pages, burner accounts, anything that he can do to respond to you, he's gonna do it. So when he said what he said, I wasn't really surprised. But I wasn't surprised that Shannon either, because it's Uncle Shay Shay. Like he gonna say what he want to say. They pretty much go the same way. So I mean, it is what it is. I just need KD, just chill out, and just play basketball, because he been acting like Kyrie lately, and I don't really like that. He just need to play. I don't really like that.
And I agree with Rollin here. Rollin had ended up saying they said Twitter his weakness, bro. He'd probably be bored. I completely agree that this is what is going on with KD. Because he has these all of the time, bro. This happens all the time, but he goes out on the court and he's still dropping 30. I think this is something that really drives KD throughout the season, bro. It really drives him like, oh, y'all saying this about me? Oh, okay, you talking shit about me, Michael Rappaport? Okay, I'm about to show you on the court that I'm really going to hoop. It's just some shit that can get him motivated, bro. And I think that's really what it is. Like, he just be bored as hell. He just like every one of us right now, bro. We be on the TL just scrolling and shit, waiting until the game time, and then he just fucking with niggas.
Yeah,
So I feel like that's what it really is.
Just hype yourself up. Yeah.
That's
But
how I really feel like it is.
I do agree. KD definitely has to. He a grown ass man, so you do what you want to do with your social media. I don't want to tell him what to do, but I do agree basketball should be your priority, bro. Going at these media people, bro, it's never gonna end in your favor for the most part. It's never gonna end in your favor unless like you just play lights out every single time and you win the ultimate goal of winning the chip. 9 times out of 10, it ain't gonna never work in your favor. I do think though that Shannon Sharp and Michael Rappaport were both wrong. Michael Rappaport was wrong for posting those messages between him and KD. Although I didn't like that KD was like really threatening him and threatening his wife and everything. You still shouldn't have posted them. You should have handled that in a private way. And you shouldn't have gone on TV and tried to play the victim because Michael Rappaport talked shit about everybody. So it's like, KD's sensitive, but bro, you don't need to go on TV trying to play the victim. And then with Shannon, what Malik said, exactly, bro. You can't get too mad. They gonna talk, bro, and that's part of their job is to be entertaining, to make stories interesting.
But you can't push fake quotes though. What Shannon Sharp did was push a fake quote. If KD would have actually said this, then KD wouldn't have said nothing. But you push fake quotes now.
That's why I'm mad about Shannon because you're an ex-athlete, so some people don't really look at you as a journalist for real, but you've been doing this for years now. You should know how to research. You should know how to find real quotes, real pictures, all that type of stuff. And you should double check your sources before you just say that. So Shannon Sharp was wrong for talking about that quote the way he was, like KD actually said it. It didn't even sound like no shit KD would say because him and Bron are close. So KD wouldn't even say no shit about Bron like that, and vice versa with Bron and KD saying something about KD. But KD, you just gotta stop with the Twitter fingers, bro. You probably use it to your advantage, but stick to your burner account and just talk shit through the burner account.
But this is the question, though. If he gonna drop 30 and fuck with niggas on Twitter the same day, hey, if you gonna just fuck with niggas on Twitter and still drop 30, do what the hell you want, KD. If you still gonna win me a championship at the end of the day, keep fucking with niggas on Twitter. If that's what drives you and motivates you to prove niggas wrong, do that. Because he still dropped 30 that same day he going back and forth with somebody. So I don't think it's really that bad of a thing.
He do got freedom of speech now.
Oh yeah, that's why I said he a grown ass man. I can't tell him what not to say. Like I'm just saying.
That's why I'm not really mad at KD for that. Because he gonna get called sensitive by everybody though. He gonna get called sensitive by everybody, but he just doing his thing.
We had this conversation. It was yesterday when we recorded for Dash Radio, and it was about players not really talking trash to each other that much. It was about players not really talking trash to each other that much anymore, but talking trash to the media so much. And we were wondering, do players not really talk trash to each other that much anymore because of player mobility? Because a lot of players think now, hey, I might want to play with this cat in the future. I might not want to talk shit to him, like, if we on different teams right now. Do you feel like that plays a part in how much players do or do not talk shit to each other now? That boy John lagging again.
But that's to answer your question. I honestly don't think it does. I think people. But I honestly don't think it has anything to do with the player mobility thing because, bro, that can't be the reason. I just think players shouldn't take things as personal as they do. Because like we seen with Montrezl Harrell has his altercation with the Lakers last season. He was always talking trash to the Lakers. But we see how Bron and AD and all that team didn't take that shit personal, and boom, they playing together the next year because those players could possibly, or Montrezl can possibly lead them boys, or not lead them, but help them get a championship. I think it's the thing where players should just not take things personal, especially when it's players going at each other, and that's why they don't talk trash to each other. They just shouldn't take it personal. Because if a player who's talking trash to you can help your team, you're going to want that player on your team, bro. That's point blank, period. Like Kobe Bryant and Tony Allen has so much history, probably had a lot of trash talking history or whatever, but Tony Allen know that boy was a dog, and he knew Tony Allen was that dude on defense, so he would have wanted Tony Allen to come with him. And it's the same thing with Ron Artest. Ron Artest was going back and forth with Kobe, but Kobe was like, I like his mentality, come to my team. So I don't really think that's not why they're not going back and forth. I just think players don't take it as personal or shouldn't take it as personal as they should.
And Rollin just commented, he said, I think shit talking stopped because of fines and texts. That's definitely a big part too. You can't, it ain't really nothing you can say anymore for the most part. Shit, you can get fined for, as a player, you can get fined for saying you think another player should go to another team. So I know for a fact you'll get fined for talking shit too much. And we seen with Ben Simmons, he threw some shade at Rudy Gobert the other day when they asked him about the defensive player of the year race right now and everything. And Ben Simmons was kind of throwing some shade at Gobert, but I'm like, hey, I like that shit.
I got the clip.
Yeah, play the clip real quick.
I know, he's great down there in the paint, but he's not guarding everybody. And that's just what it is. I mean, he guarded me in Utah.
And?
I had 42. And apparently I'm not a scorer, so it is what it is. But I have a lot of respect for him. But at the same time, I think it's mine this year.
But that's the thing. If Rudy Gobert and Ben Simmons had a chance to play with each other, Ben Simmons would want Rudy Gobert on his team because he knew, but he has Joel Embiid. But if he didn't have Joel Embiid, he knew that Rudy Gobert could possibly help his team down the line. So I don't think Rudy Gobert should take it personal even after those comments. Even though he dropped 42 on your head, you should take it personal. You should just go at him on the court and try to get back at him. That's all it is, bro. Don't take that shit personal with him.
Rollin funny as fuck. He said, damn, man.
Hey, he keep it in a bean, though. Hey, and I like that shit. And I really like that shit. Yeah, I like that shit, bro. Talk your shit, man. If you feel like you defensive player of the year over that nigga, which he is, we're going to dive into it a little later. You should talk your shit and really make your claim that you that nigga. And like he said, 42 on his head. He didn't stop me. But Rudy Gobert ass has no offensive game. So he didn't do anything. So we already know how that went. Hell yeah, bro. Let's move on to the next topic. Who do you trust more, the Nets or the Sixers?
The Nets. No question. I don't even know why we're talking about this.
This is the thing, though. This is the thing, because we always have this question about the Nets chemistry. We say the Nets couldn't be this, or they not playing all the time, or Kyrie sitting out, this, that, the third, so they ain't gonna have the chemistry for the playoffs. The Sixers have been mostly healthy this whole season. Joel Embiid is back healthy right now once again, and they're first place in the Eastern Conference. Are you not worried that will be a factor on who you should trust more, being that one has the chemistry and one does not?
I mean, yeah, obviously the Sixers have an advantage when it comes to chemistry, so the Nets literally have to be out the gate. They have to be strong out the gate. If they're not, they're going to face trouble early in the playoffs. But what he said, I don't trust the Nets. I trust damn, so just forget Harden then. Just forget Blake Griffin.
Yeah, and Harden is the key. And Harden is the key. It's a crazy thing. That's crazy.
But I definitely believe the Sixers have the advantage when it comes to chemistry. Other than that, talent and coaching. Chemistry and coaching, they got the advantage. But pure talent and just sheer will to win, I'm going with the Nets. Like Rollin just said, I trust KD, I trust Kyrie, I trust Harden. That three-headed monster is going to beat whatever is in their way. But before we get too deep into this topic, I do want to point out that tonight, I don't think Blake Griffin played. I don't think LaMarcus Aldridge played. Kyrie has not come back yet, and KD is not playing as well. Kyrie back, but KD is not playing, and I don't think it's due to health. And I don't think the rest of them that aren't playing, I don't think any of them on the injury report either. So this is exactly what Stephen A. Smith was talking about. Why are stars not playing if they are not hurt? And if you are not playing when you're not hurt, why are you not giving the team back money? You can't just take off just because you want to take off.
No team. You ain't giving no team back their money, bro. You not giving back a team. Bro. When have we ever heard of that? When have we heard of that? Giving back a team money?
But it should happen though. Come on, bro. Like this ain't no regular 9 to 5. You ain't finna be taking no PTO just because you want to. Like what? And you got this organization selling tickets to these fans. Some of these fans might not ever get to see you play again. And what if it's that one fan from out of state that's a huge fan of yours?
Most of these arenas don't even have fans right now, though, bro.
No, but I'm just saying though. But I'm saying though, just think about it from that aspect. Yeah, it's COVID time still right now, and we don't got full capacity back. But I feel like to a certain extent, bro, you got to have that mindset as a coach and as an organization to tell these players, look, y'all finna play. If you are not hurt or if it is not a family emergency, you need to be on the floor. That's personally how I feel. If you ain't hurt, bro, you need to play. I don't like that shit.
And I think that has something to do, and somebody had brought it up as well. That has something to do with Steve Nash too. Steve Nash being an inexperienced coach is really letting these players off the hook and letting them off the hook for stuff that other coaches would not be letting them off the hook for.
And I told y'all that. I said this before the season even started. When Kyrie and KD both said we don't look at Nash as a head coach for real, any one of us could be the coach one day, I said that was disrespectful as hell to say. And a lot of people was like, nah, bro, they just see eye to eye with him. It ain't no disrespectful. No, when you say you don't look at your head coach as a coach, you're being disrespectful.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I'm talking about that's
I'm not
Nash.
saying you did. I'm not saying you did.
Nash. I'm saying from Nash's perspective, he has to have put his foot down and say, hey, no, I'm not going to let y'all off the hook. Or I'm not going to let y'all get these days off or whatever. That's what he needs to put his foot down. It's not that they don't look at him as a coach, but he needs to put his foot down and say, I'm not going to let y'all go to these places.
It's both, bro. It's both.
I don't think it's both. I think it's Nash needs to put his foot down and say, no, I'm not going to.
Oh, yeah, he does. He does, but I feel like they're not respecting him either. It's his first season as a head coach. Like you have no coaching experience prior to this. I feel like the team as a whole, they need to use this season to help Nash build his coaching catalog. You can't have all this shit happening while this your first season as a head coach, bro. Come on, bro. Boy, if I know damn well you ain't get off just to come and get that jersey and put that bitch on here. Oh my god.
Hey, bro, how you feeling about the Nets, man? How you feeling about the Nets moving forward, and who you trust more, the Nets or the Sixers?
You better not lag.
I swear it's your last time, dog. I swear to God.
Nets in 4. I don't.
In 4.
Nets in 4. I don't care what team. They run in 4 every game in the playoffs. I don't care what team it is, who they run into.
I said that. I said that.
That's not gonna happen though. That's not gonna happen though.
Series. I don't care who it is. I don't care who gonna win the game on them. Milwaukee. Miami?
Sixers winning 2. Sixers winning 2 at least. The Sixers winning 2.
They're at 2.
Sixers are winning 2,
bro.
They're
not losing the game.
Y'all talking crazy.
They're not losing.
Y'all talking crazy, bro.
I'm telling y'all, the Nets is not losing in the playoffs. They not.
They're not losing in the playoffs.
They're not. They're not losing a game. They're not losing a game.
Hey, I don't got nothing else to say.
They have all that y'all been saying about the chemistry issues. Now y'all gonna say they ain't losing a game in the playoffs?
When they're all on the floor, they are not losing a game. I promise you. Now, if all the niggas ain't playing,
but we seen them have all their players before, and they lost games when they first got together.
Oh, it's the regular
no chemistry.
Niggas ain't all the way mentally like.
But you playing better teams in the playoffs. But you having better teams in the playoffs.
They're the better team though.
It's the regular season. Listen, the 3. Wait though. The 3 had that chemistry already there. Chemistry was there. They locked in. It's if the role players show up, and they don't even need the role players to show up. Cause you see what Kyrie and Harden do by themselves. You seen what KD and Kyrie
don't need role players. Now y'all talking crazy.
No,
y'all talking they don't need role players.
I ain't say that. I ain't say that.
Y'all talking crazy, bro.
I ain't say that shit. I ain't say that.
Now they don't need role players.
But I'm telling you, two out of 3 of these niggas want to be on the floor at the same time.
My bro said Miami got Victor. Miami definitely a factor. I agree. He said Nets not that nice. They'll lose at least. They're definitely. I agree with Malik. All right, and then Rodden also said Harden will go 2 for 30 at least one game. Y'all crazy. Y'all talking bad about my nigga Harden. I don't appreciate that shit, Riley. I see your fucking ass.
It's the fact that
KD gonna go 12 for 12.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Harden can go 2 for 30, and these niggas can still beat you by 30, bro. That's what I'm saying. 2 out of 3 of these niggas finna go off every night.
They're losing a game, bro. Hey, y'all talking crazy with them not losing a game? They're losing at least 1 to Miami. They're losing at least 2 to the Sixers. They're sweeping everything.
Until they get to the Eastern Conference Finals. They're going undefeated in the first round. They're going undefeated in the second round. And they'll lose 1 or 2 games in the Eastern Conference Finals. That's it.
Y'all talking crazy.
We ain't seen no shit like that.
I don't see them.
We ain't seen no shit like that.
Just Shaq and Kobe.
No, we ain't seen no shit like that since the Warriors a few years ago when they went undefeated in the playoffs going into the finals. I'm promising you
I'm about to say, I don't remember them.
That's what I was about to say.
Yeah, go ahead.
This shit will be reminiscent of that.
That Warriors,
I don't trust that
That's
shit,
that
bro.
dynasty. Yeah.
I don't like it.
Them
Y'all
boys,
niggas talking crazy.
it's too much, bro. It's too much, bro. It's just too much.
But the Sixers have hella talent, though. That's what I'm telling
the
y'all.
76ers ain't
Are
got
y'all
no
sleep
point
on the
guard.
Sixers?
They point guard can't shoot.
But they still gonna get two, though. They still gonna get two.
They point guard
They
can't
still gonna get
shoot.
two. But the Nets have no center.
They point guard shoot.
Who's stopping Embiid?
Who's
stopping Embiid? Please tell me who's stopping Embiid.
You got LaMarcus
Please tell
Aldridge.
me. Please. You just said LaMarcus Aldridge is gonna stop Embiid, bro. Did you just say that?
Not by himself, but he's the forefront.
Did you just say that?
Not by himself, but he's the forefront. He's the
2-3.
forefront. Come on, bro.
Y'all talking crazy, bro.
You got DeAndre
crazy, bro.
You got DeAndre Jordan coming off the bench. Come on, bro.
Y'all talking crazy, bro. He said 2-3.
Hey.
They got shooters.
Hey, we in the zone the whole game.
I'm not hearing none of that shit you talking about right now.
2-3. We in the zone.
Y'all talking crazy.
Who? Tobias? Tobias,
Seth Curry. They got shooters, bro. Shake.
I'm not saying
Danny
that.
Green, bro. They got shooters.
Danny Green.
Right.
They got Danny Green.
What are we saying?
The niggas
Danny Green, Seth Curry, Shake Milton.
Them the same.
Tobias?
Wait. Them the same niggas.
Go ahead.
Same niggas who folded on Brian. Them the same niggas who folded on.
No. They were in a broad system. I can't agree with you on that. I can't agree with you on that.
They talking crazy, bro. Y'all hear them? They talking crazy.
They were in a LeBron system, so they.
He still got to shoot.
I know, but
he couldn't
play the way he couldn't play like.
This is that bullshit I be talking about. This is the bullshit I be talking about. Tyler just commented, Embiid getting held to 20 and 10 for the series. Fuck out of here. This is what y'all thinking? This is what y'all believe? Come on, bro. We're moving on.
Thank you, Rollins. DeAndre Jordan. Thank you. Off the bench behind LaMarcus.
Stopping Embiid. Stopping Embiid.
That's the backup. LaMarcus Aldridge started. And then you got DeAndre Jordan off the backup. Come on, bro.
You remember when he was crying? You remember when he was?
I know. Yeah, so he gonna come back. He gonna come back for real this time. He gonna come back at least 2 games though.
And he gonna be crying again.
Y'all talking crazy about my man. Let's move on though. Let's move on. All right, man. Let's move on to some Jadeveon Clowney news. Jadeveon Clowney was just signed by the Browns today. I think it was a 1-year, $10 million deal. How do you think Jadeveon Clowney would help this Browns team who made a surprising run? Could have possibly got to the conference championship last year.
Hey, I personally feel like this is a great addition to the Browns. I told y'all all the way leading up to that game against the Chiefs. I told y'all the Browns got to show me they not the Browns no more, and they definitely showed
you was disrespected in the whole year.
I will own up to that. I will. But Baker Mayfield proved himself. The Browns defense definitely proved themselves. So I'm telling you right now, the Browns are for real. And adding Jadeveon Clowney, they are definitely going to be, I say, second, at least second in their division.
Second to who?
To the Ravens, possibly.
The Browns. I think the Browns got that one. I thought you were gonna say second in the AFC. I wouldn't have been mad. No, second in the AFC. I can see that. I'm saying they'll be at least second in the AFC North. I'm saying at least second. They could be first, but I'm saying at very least they'll be second. John, how you feel about the move? My boy lagging again.
Yeah, I like the addition.
Oh, there you go.
I like the addition. I feel like it's gonna work out good. I really do. I think it's gonna work out fine. For real. Cause I already see the potential. That defense stuff how they need to play. Them boys gonna be dangerous. And my boy Odell come back and on his toes and can stay healthy. They definitely gonna be
Facts.
I ain't gonna lie. If they would have had him last year during the playoffs, it would have made a way bigger difference.
Hell yeah. That's facts. But it's funny because he didn't start playing well until Odell got hurt. Niggas was questioning Baker Mayfield until Odell got hurt. The offense changed. Baker Mayfield looked like a totally different quarterback. So Do you think that pairing will work good this year after what you seen a season ago? I'm talking to you, Agate.
I don't know. I hope it does. I hope it gets better. I hope during the offseason they can get their chemistry back
like
on
Baker.
track. You don't like Baker. I mean, no, nobody really likes Baker Mayfield. It's just, hey, he good.
Why you can't like Baker? Why are you making that? Why are you saying that?
I just don't really like Baker Mayfield. He's not one of the players that I just.
Well, I didn't like him when he was in Oklahoma.
Your hate is deep.
I don't think he's it.
Yeah, it is.
No.
It is.
I just don't think he's it. Yeah, I don't think he's it. I just don't. All that college hype he had. I'm not agreeing with it. He got to show me more. He showed me something. So he got to get there because I ain't really seeing it. I need that consistency. Give games, but I need that consistency.
I feel like him and Odell, though, practicing over the offseason once Odell is fully healthy, I feel like that will definitely be a huge bonus for them moving forward, because then we'll finally get to see how they can play together once they all have studied over the offseason, and you got Juice on one side and you got Odell on the other. I feel like it could still be a three-headed monster with that. If not, then it's going to be TBD on the next destination for Odell. Hey, come to the Bucks. They was talking about you in the rumors anyway.
I love this move, bro, because
you got Chubb. And you got
Chubb
and Kareem
offense straight. Yeah. The offense was already stacked, bro. And the offense gonna stay the same. It should stay the same where they just running the ball down everybody's throat. Because your offensive line still stout and your running backs is great. So just keep that same offense. But for your defense, the pressure, like, bro, you already had a defensive player of the year candidate in Myles Garrett. So you put somebody opposite of him, a number one pick like Jadeveon Clowney, bro. Oh, you're sad. They set on defensive line. They got their two corners. They great. The only position I really worried about on their defense was like the linebackers. They're kind of questionable. But other than that, bro, the defense looked pretty stout as well. That's why I said I wouldn't have been mad at you if you would have said second in the AFC, because them boys is talented, bro. If Baker just plays how he played a season ago, this team would, like you said, at least be second in their division. But I think they even win in their division because the Ravens lost so much in free agency. The Ravens lost so much. So I think they're going to win it by like damn near default. Because the Steelers ain't going to be up there. The Bengals definitely not going to be up there. And then the Ravens, like I said, I think they lost a lot. All right, let's move on to Too Wild Wednesday. Edgar, what we got for the day?
All right, the first poll is right here. And we just talked about this one. We could just say too wild or not too wild. The Nuggets can still make the Western Conference Finals while missing Jamal Murray. Too wild or not too wild?
Too wild as fuck. Very, very too wild.
Obviously not too wild. Not too wild with me. But 58% was winning that for too wild. So everybody's agreeing with you, I guess.
I'm glad. That's kind of too much, honestly. That's kind of too much. So I'm like, damn, that shit kind of crazy. That shit should have been lower.
Leak, you upsetting me right now. Talk about wild. Shut that shit up. Shut that shit up. They gotta.
I agree.
I'm not saying they will, but they have a chance. They can still do it. So that's why I say it's not too wild. I ain't gonna sit here and say they will though. Who's leading the defensive player of the year race? Ben Simmons, Rudy Gobert, Clint Capella, or other?
I didn't like how many votes I was seeing for Clint Capella, but that's besides the point. Ben Simmons is winning this. Ben Simmons is winning this for sure. I like his shit. And I think Ben Simmons is holding opponents to like their lowest field goal percentage when being guarded by him. He's holding opponents to like 35% field goal percentage. And he's guarding the best player or best perimeter player most of the time. Like he's guarded the Devin Bookers, the Damian Lillards, and really shut them down when they played against the Sixers. So I think, like he said in the clip, he's an overall and an all-around better defender than Rudy Gobert. Rudy Gobert is a paint protector. He's averaging 3 blocks a game, but when you go at him, like when the Embiids, the Jokic's, and the Simmons go at him, he gets exposed. Simmons has not been exposed. This man is all around, and his defensive prowess is higher than a Rudy Gobert. So I would have to give it to Ben Simmons.
Man, I got to give it to Rudy Gobert. You are the second biggest reason why you're on the best winning team right now, the Utah Jazz. The Utah Jazz have the best record in the NBA. You're the number 1 seed in the West. And I just feel like a huge part of that is to the defensive effort of a Rudy Gobert. Rudy Gobert has the best defensive plus minus in the whole league at like 6 point something. He has the worst offensive what you call it. He has the worst offensive plus minus, but that's besides the point. But defensively, bro, he killing it. Like you said, averaging 3 blocks a game, over 14 rebounds a game, bro. I have to give him that. He's much larger than a Ben Simmons, so I can't be mad that all he can do is protect the paint. So he's doing it very well, even though that's all he can do. Granted, Ben Simmons is more diverse and he's holding more players to a lower percentage, but I got to give it to Rudy Gobert. You're on the best team. You're the second reason for having the best record, and all around your defensive stats are just better than a Ben Simmons.
I don't agree, but you can continue. You can continue.
And crazy, it's very close between Ben Simmons and Rudy Gobert. Ben Simmons is winning 42%. Rudy Gobert is 38%. Clint Capella is at 17%, and other is 3%. I don't know who the hell is voting.
Leak just said that it's close. It's close though between Ben and Gobert. Yeah, I don't know who that other was. I was surprised people were voting for Capella. Like it should be a 2-man race at this point. Like it should be anybody else.
Clint Capella, he in the argument. It's clearly a 2-man race, but you could throw him in the category though for defensive player of the year. You could throw him in there. We just had this conversation. Julian Edelman is a first ballot Hall of Famer. Too wild or not too wild?
Too wild as fuck.
I say not too wild, but too wild is winning that poll, 71%.
I want you to look up. I want you to look up like the first ballot, like Hall of Fame receivers. I really want you to do that. Nah, on your own time, because it's a really limited list. And I don't think you understand what first ballot wide receiver means. Like you can say he's a Hall of Famer. I'll give you that point, even though I don't agree. But first ballot, bro, it's not even too many wide receivers that could even say that, bro. Other than Jerry Rice, like was Randy even first ballot? I don't even think Randy was first ballot. Randy wasn't even first ballot. So it's really tough when you talk about first ballot talent wide receivers, because even Randy Moss and T.O. is not first ballot.
How many wide receivers have a Super Bowl MVP? That's all I'm gonna say.
But Julian Edelman, come on, bro. Julian Edelman is not a better wide receiver than the players.
I agree. I agree with. That's
what I'm saying. Yeah. So, like I said, you can say he's a Hall of Famer, but you can't say he's better than the T.O.s and the Randys, and they weren't first ballots. So if they weren't first ballot, it's like, how can you say this nigga is a first ballot?
You got a point. You got a point. I'll give you that now. I'll definitely give you that point. 71% too wild for that though. So most of everybody agree with you on that one. This was a very interesting poll. I thought about this today. Kyle Pitts will have the best NFL career from this upcoming draft class. Too wild or not too wild?
I said it's gonna be Trev. Like it's Trev easy. Like you should have said after Trev. But
I feel like even over Trevor Lawrence. You think he's gonna be better than Trev? Kyle Pitts will have the better overall NFL career, including Trevor Lawrence.
Wow. Nah, he ain't gonna have a better one than Trev. Nah. He gonna be up there though. Like I said, I think he's a Kelsey 2.0, bro. Like, I don't think he's that great of a blocker, just like Kelsey isn't that great of a blocker. But when you talk about receiving, like running a 4.5, he's faster than Kelsey. And he can get loose with any safety or any linebacker. This man gonna be good, bro.
That's why I compared him. I compared him more to George Kittle because he has a more George Kittle body type and he's quick like George Kittle. Kelsey is strong and he's a mismatch on whoever is guarding him. Same thing like Kittle, but Kelsey is bigger. So he's more of a true tight end as to where George Kittle is like, hey, he can run those slant routes a lot quicker. He can run certain routes quicker than a Kelsey would. So that's why I'm comparing Kyle Pitts more so to George Kittle. But I feel like he will have the best NFL career over Jamar Chase, over a Justin Fields, over a Trevor Lawrence. Whoever gets Kyle Pitts in the draft, you got the steal of the draft. Point blank, period. That's tough. Most people agreed with me. That was 67%, not too wild. Next one. Which University of Kentucky team was the most talented? The 2009 to 2010 team led by John Wall and Cousins, the 2011-2012 team led by AD and Teague, or the 2014-2015 platoon team? Which one was the most talented?
So I've been watching a lot of these games recently, a lot of Kentucky games recently, and it was obviously a lot of talent that has played at Kentucky. But I would have to say the 2014, 2015 platoon team is the most talent I've ever seen on a college team, period. This is the best team that has never won a championship in college basketball history. Like when they say platoon, it was really 2 starting lineups. Like, bro, Devin Booker, Tyler Ulis, the Harrison twins. You had Karl Anthony Towns, Willie Cauley-Stein, Trey Lyles. All first round picks, all pros, bro. So I gotta say it's the 2014-15 team, bro. A lot of talent on them other teams, but that team was crazy, bro. I don't know how they didn't win.
I totally agree. I feel like that was the most talented team. If I had to give each team a category, I would say the 09-2010 team was the most iconic because they really set the trend with Coach K for the one and done thing. And you made a huge point of that with how so many people on that team and like the team after that went first round. It was like how many of them went first round? Like five
of them was in the first round. Yeah,
exactly. So 5 people from that team go in the first round. Yeah, Coach K really started something special with that shit. So I feel like he was what you call it? Damn, that's the most iconic team. I'll give the 09-010.
Jay Wizzy. Yeah. John Wall. When he was doing that shit in college, my nigga, he had the college scene rocking, my nigga. You had Cousins, Bledsoe. Your team was rocking. Pat, come on. Your team was solid.
The most successful team was the Anthony Davis team because they actually won. So yeah. I got to give them that. So most iconic, the 09 team, the most successful, the 2011 team, but the most talented was definitely the platoon team. You got niggas coming off the bench like that could be starters anywhere else in the nation. So I got to get that most talented. And
it's
that
crazy because I probably would have that 2012 team second for most talented, even though it would be close and tough. Like they had the number 1 and number 2 picks in the draft that year. They had AD and they had Michael Kidd-Gilchrist on that team as well. Like you can say whatever you want about Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. He trashed in the league. We already know. But in college, that nigga was going crazy.
He was different, bro.
Michael Kidd was going crazy. You had Deron Lamb. You had Marquise T. That team, Terrence Jones was a first round pick. That team was crazy back in 2012. So that probably would be my second most talented over the John Wall team. Like that nigga Coach Cal has had hella talent, and he's the one that started the one and dones, bro. That 30 for 30 that came out recently about him was telling the truth, was speaking that real. He really started shit and shifted the culture with that shit, bro. John Wall and all them boys. Yeah, so shout out to Coach Cal, bro. Get that boy his flowers.
Facts. And the platoon team is winning at 58%. The NBA should remove the play-in for the 7th and 8th seed. Too wild or not too wild? Do you want to play the clip real quick by Luka before we give our opinion on that?
Shit.
If you got it. You ain't got it?
Right now.
It's cool, but I say not too wild. I feel like there should not be a play-in for the 7th seed. The 8th seed makes sense. Okay.
Say, how much at this time of year do you look at the playoff standings or pay attention to that or think about the prospect of the play-in?
I mean, obviously, we're trying to get this 6th seed. I don't understand the idea of playing. You play 72 games to get in the playoffs, and then maybe you lose 2 in a row and you're out of the playoffs. So I don't see the point of that. But we're just trying here to get to the 6th spot, and I think that's our goal right now.
Well, yeah, go ahead.
I totally agree with Luka. If you're the 7th seed, you've proven that you are a playoff team. If you're the 8th seed, most times like you're fighting for that 8th spot. But if you're the 7th seed, like everybody know you're a playoff team. Everybody know you can make some type of first round noise. You know what I'm saying? Possibly get to the 2nd round with an upset. So I totally agree with Luka. The 8th seed should be the only team that has to play for a play-in. 7th seed, I feel like you solidified.
So if you really couldn't understand what that nigga Luka said, because I really couldn't understand it at first, the first listen either. He was basically saying that he wanted to get to the 6th seed because the goal is to get to the 6th seed. He don't understand why after playing 72 games you have to be playing for the 7th and 8th. So that's what he was saying. But my rebuttal to that would be better. We had expectations of the Mavericks being the 4th, one of the top 4 seeds in the Western Conference this year. So now you're talking to me about how you don't want to play in and shit like that. Just be better because you already knew what the deal was coming into the season. And if they were ranked 4th in the Western Conference right now, he wouldn't have those same feelings. If they were ranked 4th, he wouldn't have those same feelings. But since they're potentially going to play in a play-in, now he don't like the play-in and shit no more. It's because you're in it. That's the only reason why you don't like it, is because you're in it right now. That's the only reason. Him and Cuban was having those same similar comments about how they don't like the play-in. And Mark Cuban was somebody who voted for the play-in to happen. So now y'all want to back up because y'all thought y'all were going to be better. Now y'all trying to back up and say y'all don't like the play-in. I still like the play-in idea. I think if you cannot win 2 games in a row in that little 2-game sequence with that play-in, you should not make it to the next round. You should not play against the 1 seed or the 2 seed because that 10th seed was better than you. If y'all get beat by the Pelicans in that play-in, y'all didn't deserve to beat up. Straight up. Because if y'all can prove right then that y'all the better team than the Pelicans, if they beat y'all twice, it tells us who the better team.
I don't know. I feel like Mark Cuban voted for the play-in due to the bubble situation. I feel like that swayed a lot of votes because everybody was impacted by that. Everybody's season was cut short, and there was so much potential on where teams could possibly have been seeded, with all the missing of all the games that were left for that regular season. So I feel like the play-in was great for that purpose because we were without basketball for months. So yeah, add some extra shit, add some new shit to the playoff picture by adding a play-in because.
But why are you backing up now? Why are you backing up now?
Because now we're back to playing a full regular season, and it's like, hey, like we got a solidified playoff spot for however many years the playoffs been going, and however many years it's been this exact system. We should be the playoff team that has a solidified spot. We shouldn't be a team that's like, hey, y'all got to prove y'all can be this spot. Because what if one day they decide to make it the 6th, 7th, and 8th seed got to prove their spot? Then we just got to be like, oh, well, you got to try harder for the 5th seed. No, if you're the 7th seed, that's 1 seed higher than the lowest seed. Like, I feel like, okay, you solidify. If you're the lowest seed in the playoff picture, then you got to prove that shit. That's just how I feel about it.
They wouldn't push it up the 6, 7, and 8. I think it would stay at 7, 8. But I think it was more so he knew what the season was going to be. He knew the season was going to be a regular season length, and he still voted to have 2 teams be in this play-in or 4 teams be in the play-in. He knew what the deal was, but like I said, he knew or he didn't know that he was going to be in this position that he's in right now. Now they're in 7th and saying that they don't want the plan and they don't like the plan because they're about to have to play in it. And if they lose 2 in a row, they're not going to be in the playoffs. Hey, if y'all get beat by the Pelicans twice, I don't want to see y'all anyway. I want to see the Pelicans anyway. So, hey, fuck y'all. Fuck y'all niggas.
All right, on to the next one. We got some black Twitter tweets right here to go ahead and end off 2 Wild Wednesday. You don't eat banana pudding, but for the rest of you all who do you eat banana? Do you eat banana pudding with or without bananas? I said with, and with is winning this poll 83% right now. To all of you who are in that 17% who do not eat banana pudding with bananas, you are crazy as hell.
I voted, I voted for I voted for without because I was like, I don't give a fuck. So I really don't get the difference not having the bananas, like similar taste, I feel like, even though I don't really taste that shit.
It's good regardless. Like I've had it with and without bananas, and they're both delicious. And the one without the bananas, you can make the argument last longer because there's no actual.
That's what I'm saying. Leak that banana pudding shit.
Leak.
That's it, not good, bro.
Leak,
and it's not some shit
that shit up.
And it's not some shit that you're gonna pull out every day. It's like some holiday food. Like you ain't gonna pull out no banana pudding.
Oh yeah,
anytime. Like it's not a top tier dessert. It's not a top tier dessert, bro. It's not. Like it's not a cake. It's not a cupcake. Red velvet. Like bro,
you putting cupcakes? You putting cupcakes over banana pudding?
Yeah.
You out your mind.
It's multiple things that I'll put over banana, bro. It'll take me a minute to get the banana pudding, bro. Sweet potato pie, all that good shit, and then I finally get down to the banana pudding. You down there with carrot cake. Shout out to Denisha. You down there with carrot cake.
Whoa, carrot cake. Carrot cake is fire. Carrot cake is fire. Hold on.
It's not.
Carrot cake is fire. You can't get it. You can't just get it from anybody, but made by the right person, carrot cake slaps. You tripping.
You've been talking to Denisha too long.
On to the next one. When you're at a cookout, which game table are you sitting at? Spades, dominoes, Uno, or other? I'm surprised other didn't get any votes on this because I was.
What was the other game?
Say Tunk.
I mean that's not. You said You said you were sitting at a what? You're sitting at a what?
Which game table are you sitting at? Because when you go to a cookout,
so you
got
pick.
you got the spades table, you got your uncles playing dominoes over here, you got the people who don't know how to play spades playing Uno, and then you probably have a tunk table on the side.
When I seen that, I really thought that I was like, Uno really for niggas that don't know how to play spades because they want to get on spades, but they don't want to play nothing, so they play Uno. Like y'all some babies, y'all play with a baby game, but it's spades. Spades should have been the 100% answer. Spades. Everybody who picked Uno 100%? Don't know how to play. Yes. Dominoes. I feel like dominoes is some West Coast shit, bro. Like I really haven't seen dominoes at a family reunion like that, bro. It's more so spades. Dominoes. It's more so spades at a family reunion.
Oh yeah, I totally agree. Spades is the number one answer. Hell yeah, hell yeah. Spades winning 53%, by the way, and Uno is in second at 29. Yeah. So
because niggas don't know how to play either. For niggas that don't know how to play either.
But I feel like dominoes is such a slept on game, bro. Like, and for all of those who really play dominoes, we call it bones. We don't even really call it dominoes. So I do agree. That's kind of some West Coast shit. But I love dominoes, bro. I love that. I would play dominoes while I play spades.
Whoa, you talking crazy now?
No, spades is the more iconic game.
What DQ? Where DQ at? Because DQ would be talking shit right now. Like you should be playing dominoes. but spades is that game though, bro. Spades is that game. Dominoes. I really haven't even seen dominoes. Have I seen dominoes in person? I feel like I want to see that shit on TV on some West Coast shit. I don't even think I've seen dominoes in person like that. Like, yeah, I really haven't, truthfully. Like it's really spades. It's really spades and Uno. Yes, sir. All right, bro. You got anything else?
The last one, which was the pinned tweet. Who is the best rapper turned actor / actress? Will Smith, Queen Latifah, Common, or other?
It's Will Smith, but I don't like how y'all disrespecting my nigga Queen Latifah right now.
Exactly.
I don't like the poll and how the disrespect was a little too deep. It was a little too deep.
I agree. Will Smith definitely should win the poll. But Queen Latifah, the disrespect has to stop. She has some unbelievable movies. She's played some unbelievable roles. Like her diversity when it comes to acting is crazy.
You should have put music artist, bro. You should have put music artist.
Yeah,
if you would have put music artist, that would have been Jamie Foxx. Jamie Foxx would have beat him out.
But that's why I put rapper, because there's so many rappers who turned actor / actress. That's why I felt like the conversation was better. But it's
on Will Smith level though.
Yeah, Queen Latifah on Will Smith level as a rapper. Tupac Shakur, Will Smith level.
No, I'm talking about acting.
Like, what you mean with just music artists?
No, I'm talking about music. Because the two people I put up, like music artists turned actors or whatever, I would say Jamie Foxx is up there. Jamie Foxx and Will Smith are like eye to eye.
If you just put music artists, then that opens the door to so many people, because there are a lot of music artists. There are so many music artists that turn actor. Yeah.
It opens the door, but it's really a 2-horse race at that point. I really feel like it's a 2-horse race. If you say music artist and you would have put Jamie Foxx and Will Smith, like nigga, now we're talking about a battle. Niggas disrespecting Queen Latifah. She got some movies, my nigga. Hair salon, beauty supply. She got some movies. But what's that one? Man, what's the one she playing the maid, my nigga? What's that one? You know what I'm talking about?
Playing the maid. Oh, the maid. Just right.
Nah, that was physical therapist.
Yeah, physical therapy. My bad. Damn.
What am I thinking about? She was doing the butler shit for the white dude. Damn, what is that movie called, bro?
Damn, what movie is you talking about?
Oh my god, bro! It's one of her best films, and I'm blanking on it right now.
Last holiday. I don't know.
Shit. That's a good one. I don't
know what you're talking about right now.
Just move on. Move on. I forgot.
Yeah, that's it. That's it for 2 Hour Wednesday, though.
All right, let's move on to social media wants to know. First question and only question is: should Steph be in the MVP conversation? Very good conversation that was being had on the TL. Steph is having a great season, but they're currently in 10th right now. So that's really a catch-22 because he's putting up the stats, but the team is, mid. So how you feeling about his MVP conversation?
Everybody know I've been on the Steph MVP train for like the first third of the season, but as time went on and as they kept falling in the seeding, I'm like, I can't put him in the top 3 no more for MVP. So I would have to say right now he can't be in the MVP conversation. But shout out to him though. He just passed Wilt Chamberlain on the on the Warriors.
Yeah,
most point scorer all time by a Warriors player. So shout out to him for that.
Yeah, definitely shout out to Steph, but nah, he should not be in the MVP conversation. And it's funny because the same people that I seen talking about Steph was the same people that were trying to discredit Jimmy Butler for not being in the MVP conversation. Like Jimmy Butler done carried the Heat to get to this point like a 5th seed after they was like 11th, but y'all trying to congratulate Steph for being in 10th. I didn't understand the logic. I didn't understand it at all. Like no disrespect to Steph. Like I said, having a great season. I want to say he averaging 30 right now, but nah, I can't give it to him. All right, bro. Let's move on. Entertainment and current events. UshBucks. What's going on with this situation? What's going on with this situation, bro? Usher out here throwing fake money in the club. What's going on?
Yeah, so a stripper put Usher on blast for basically throwing fake money. He throwing $100 bills out, and it's not the slave owner Benjamin Franklin on there. It's Usher, and I think it was one of his album cover faces too, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so I'm like, boy, Usher, you going to prison, my guy. You going to prison because
is that really a feeling?
You cannot spend fake money. Like you cannot do that shit. If I walk in Publix right now and try to spend counterfeit money, I'm like, they're calling the police. Like you cannot do that shit.
Usher ain't going to jail. Usher ain't going to jail for this.
He not going to jail now because the strippers came out and said he threw real money too. He just also threw the UshBucks. But
what? I didn't hear that. I didn't hear that.
Yeah, they came out and said that's not the only money he threw. But if that was the only money he threw, I promise y'all, Ush would have been, what?
Bro, hey, that makes it even more hilarious because why does he just have that in the tuck? Like, if he ran out of real money, he like, I got some shit for y'all niggas right here. That's funny. That makes the conversation even more funny.
Leak,
I don't know
you
why.
Leak trying to cop him out right now. He wasn't spending it. He was throwing it. Those are hardworking mothers.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, he kind of he wasn't spending it. Like, I understand if you go to a what's the hell?
You are spending it.
He was throwing it. Yeah, he was throwing it.
You're giving it to a woman to throw her ass on you. That's spending it. That's literally spending the money. These are hardworking mothers out here.
But imagine how much cheese Usher was really throwing. So with all the cheese that Usher was probably throwing, did it really overshadow the UshBucks? With all the cheese that he threw, did you make your daily amount? Basically, is what I'm saying.
Oh yeah,
with what Usher was throwing.
They're okay with the fake money because he threw real money too. But I promise you, if he only threw fake money, yeah, that nigga would have been, yeah.
That shit is hilarious, honestly. that shit is hilarious.
Tyler said they throwing fake
in private dances.
Tyler said they throwing fake ass. He could throw fake money.
That's crazy. That's crazy. But I understand.
Screaming.
But they got to pay for that ass somehow. They need the cheese. Shout out to all strippers out there. All right, let's move on. We have the vaccine recall with Johnson & Johnson. I heard it was like 6 cases of recalls for them. So what's going on with the vaccine, bro?
Basically, it's been known to cause blood clots with some of the people who have taken it. Like 6 to 10 people have had blood clot issues since taking the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. I have not trusted the Johnson & Johnson since they made that bullshit shampoo that said no tears on it, and that bitch made me cry when I washed my hair. So,
hey, did Johnson & Johnson just get in trouble like a couple of years ago for the opioid shit? Wasn't
exactly. I think they were one of the people. Yeah, they can't make baby powder right. You can't even make baby powder, so I'm really not trusting you to make a vaccine. I'm really not. But
why are people trusting them? Even though it's only 6 cases. It's only 6 cases out of millions of the vaccines that actually work. But this is why I don't trust anybody, and I'm not taking.
But in all seriousness, though, the amount of people who have health issues compared to the amount of people who actually took the vaccine is very, very small. Like of course the people who did get something wrong with them, of course, that's going to make more headlines than the people who actually didn't. But just do y'all research on whoever y'all choose to get vaccinated by if you choose to get the vaccine. But we just got to make our jokes about Johnson & Johnson because niggas can't make baby powder and can't make shampoo. So
who Publix go with? Who Publix go with for the vaccine?
Damn. I know Johnson & Johnson was doing it at Publix, but I don't think that was the only one at Publix. I think it was 2 different ones.
Oh, you can pick at Publix?
I think so. I believe so.
I don't know how the process goes.
At CVS, I think you could pick too with CVS.
They got them in CVS. They got them shits everywhere. They got them bitches on every corner like crack, my nigga. Jesus Christ, I understand. Cause my mom just got that shit recently too, man. My mom, she was like, man, she was going through hell. She's like, man, I see everybody around me getting it. I'm scared. I'm like, I'm scared. She was scared to take it, but she finally got it. She's like, she feel fine. Cause my pops had took it when the shit just came out. Cause he worked for the VA, so he took that shit like when it first came out. But he was having like side effects. Like that nigga was restless, couldn't sleep. Like that nigga was having cold sweats, all from the vaccine at first. I guess the shit done got better since then, but he was having side effects at first. So my mom was like, she ain't going for none of that. But she finally ended up taking this
shit.
So
that usually happens when you take a vaccine. Like you don't take a vaccine and nothing happens to you. Like some kind of side effect is going to happen to you, and then your body resets, and then you good. And then you shouldn't get COVID once you get the vaccine.
They said it's like it's less likely. You can still get COVID, but it's just less likely that that you get it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, cause now my grandma right here walking around confident and shit. A couple of months ago, she didn't even want to come out the house. She done got the vaccine. Now she out, bro. She out everywhere. I go over to her house, she ain't even at the home. That shit be killing me. All right, but let's move on. Is Yeezy the new Jordan? What's going on with this with Kanye? Well, he's selling out?
He literally passed Jordan as the most expensive sneaker. Yeezys over the last however many years now, a couple years or whatever, they have become more expensive over total net worth than Jordans have. So Yeezy is now the new Jordan when it comes to sneakers. And honestly, could you make the argument that Yeezys have become more iconic than Jordans?
No.
In the fashion world? In not the sports
think
world,
about
but
think about what you're saying, bro. Think about what you're saying, bro.
I don't think so, but I'm saying
think about how timeless that. Think about how timeless that is. Think about how timeless Jordans are, bro. Since the 80s, and they still popular in the 2020s. Nah, they can't. They're not more iconic. They're more expensive. They're the hot shit right now. They're not more iconic though. Niggas still hustle for J's and resell J's.
I agree. I totally agree with you. I just feel like you can low key make the argument though. It's an argument at least. Black owned shoe, same thing as Jordan. Black owned shoe. You know, since Yeezys have come out, since Kanye has come out with Yeezys, they have been popular. Every single time he drops, no matter what kind of Yeezy it is, especially the Nike Yeezys. When he was with Nike before he went over to Adidas, them Nike Yeezys are iconic, bro. I promise you. And the exclusivity of Yeezys. Like, you can't just walk into any store and get Yeezys. You could walk into any store and get Jordans damn near. They may not all be retros, but Jordan has broadened out so much that he don't just give retros. He give all kinds of Jordans. With Yeezys, they expensive. You either got to go in a certain store or you can only get them online. You feel me? So I just feel like the argument can be made, even though I would still pick Jordan.
And but the question that should be asked is Yeezy going to be around as long as a Jordan is? I think that's really, will it survive the test of time? That's more of the question that will answer the iconic thing. If it can last as long as Jordan can last, then we can have a conversation. But if it ain't lasting 30 to 40 years, like we see Jordans, it's like we can't say iconic. Like they're more, I think it's just because they're more expensive. That's why the net worth is higher than Jordan's right now. Jordan's like 200, 250. You resell them, you probably gonna get it for 500s. But off the bat, you're gonna get a Yeezy for 500, and then on the resale, you're gonna get that bitch for 1,200, some crazy shit. And niggas is buying that. So I think that's why the net worth's so high. But yeah, I don't think it can be as iconic. Because do you feel like it can stand the test of time, or do you think it's more of a fad thing?
No, it could definitely stand the test of time because Yeezys are so iconic in the fashion world, bro. Like these overseas fashion shows and shit, Yeezy be making killings over there. Like all them top designers and shit, they wear Yeezys. All the celebrities wear Yeezys. Yeezys are never going out of style. No matter if they reach the iconic level of Jordans or not, they will become a top iconic shoe over the next 10 years. And because they already have over the last 5 to 6 years that they've really been popular. Nah, Malik, you tripping, bro. They're not going out of style. They're not.
All right, so we got some comments coming through. So Denisha said they definitely won't stand the test of time. We got Malik saying they'll go out of style like every other brand but Jordan. And then we got another one saying from Joe, in the end, can we all be friends? Want no more of these riots. Hey, Joe, I feel you, bro. We don't want no more riots either. But y'all white folks keep killing us. But yeah, bro, I think that's what it is. I think it will. When Kanye really leaves the spotlight, that's when it will die down. But I think that's what it is. Because Jordan left the spotlight and that shit was still selling. Like, I don't think Yeezys are going to be like that. When Kanye leaves the spotlight, them that shit's not gonna sell, bro. I don't know what it is. But Kanye really had niggas selling or niggas buying homeless gear. Just think about how iconic that shit is.
That's what I'm saying, bro. That's
now,
what
that
I'm
shit
saying.
is crazy. So he can sell anything is basically what I'm saying. He can sell anything. This nigga can throw some homeless gear out there and y'all gonna buy it for $1,000. Crazy as fuck. Crazy as fuck. But yeah, bro, you got anything else for entertainment?
No, that's it for entertainment.
And some other news. Trae Young has built a multi-sport center in Norman, Oklahoma. Him and his family has built one. So shout out to him. I think they said it's going to be for what they said, the underserved youth. So everybody's going to get a place to play. It's going to be like a boys and girls club, excuse me, in Norman, Oklahoma. So definitely shout out to Trae Young for building that. And let's move on to movie and show reviews. What we've been reviewing, bro? Tell them what we've been reviewing.
We've been reviewing Invincible. If you have not watched Invincible yet, get on Amazon Prime. Make sure you check out Invincible. It is a adult cartoon, and it's about superheroes, and it's very, very good. Graphic as fuck. Everything. Very graphic, very detailed. The storyline is freaking amazing, like all of that. So if you don't like anime, but you like cartoons enough to watch some shit like that, definitely watch Invincible. We've been reviewing Snowfall. Speaking of Snowfall, it is on right now. I'm trying not to pay attention to it on my screen. I'm just going to watch it at 11 because I don't want to miss shit. So make sure you watch all of our Snowfall reviews, and thank y'all for all the love we get on those. We get thousands of views each video. We just did Last Chance U. We did a Last Chance U basketball review. We got a bunch of shit coming out. I don't know if we're gonna do Kong and Godzilla or them.
Possibly doing that, yeah. Oh, their review coming out soon. We got I Care a Lot coming out on Friday. So, bro, we got a lot of shit coming soon, bro. Y'all already know we do Snowfall, Falcon and the Winter Soldiers on every Monday or every weekend. So definitely check those out. And we coming out with a website very, 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 very soon. We having way more content and dropping way more content. So obviously we have to have different distribution and strategies now. So we got to get bigger. We got to get it on the website moving forward. So definitely check
and we got
out.
merch. We got merch coming out too. Springtime almost up. We almost in summertime, So we definitely gonna have some t-shirts coming for y'all, all types of colors. Can y'all
Concrete Cowboys?
She did say that. Yeah, I forgot she did tell me that. So Netflix, we got to go on Netflix and watch Concrete Cowboys for sure.
We'll definitely do that. Appreciate the suggestion. If y'all have suggestions, definitely drop them though.
And we've been talking about black film and making different types of movies. So that's definitely a different movie that we should definitely watch and show love to.
Yeah. And tell her how you felt about them too, bro.
I told her already. She was on the phone with me when I finished it. Yeah. Because she's scary. She's scary. She don't like watching scary stuff by herself.
She ain't watch Lovecraft?
I watch Lovecraft with her. She'll watch it with me. But she ain't really gonna watch it by herself.
Crazy.
She love Lovecraft though. She love that shit.
Yes, sir. We need that back soon, Jordan Peele. We see you. All right, let's move on to Pastor Ox. What you got for song of the week?
Song of the week. I'm gonna go with "Go Crazy" by Chris Brown and Young Thug. I feel like that whole album was amazing and slept on.
I'm gonna say Yes by Little Corey. Just been playing that song a lot recently, bro. That shit was popping back in middle school. I don't know. That shit was popping back in my head. So definitely that song. And before we get out of here, I want to hear what you guys have to say for the Mount Rushmore of mixtape artists. This was a conversation that I seen earlier today. I want you guys' opinions. Who are your top 4 to 5 mixtape artists? I had Cole, Wayne, Fabulous, and I had Future. Those are my top 4 for my Mount Rushmore of mixtapes.
Wayne, Gucci. Who else? Future. Who I got that for? Mixtapes. Oh,
do you listen to Fab? You listen to Fab?
Fabulous? Like I ain't never really like winning his mixtape.
Soul Tape 1 through 3.
I gotta go back and listen.
Oh, bro, said Chief.
Oh yes, Chief Keef.
Chief up there, yeah. Chief up there, yeah.
Wiz Khalifa mixtape bad, bro. Niggas don't know. Wiz was in his bag, bro.
Middle school?
Oh my god,
that nigga was going crazy.
Hey,
bro.
I don't care what no one says. I don't care how many of y'all was with Glow Gang. I don't care how many of y'all was with whatever gang or none of that. Everybody was with Taylor Gang at some point. I promise you. Everybody was with Taylor Gang at some point. I swear to God. But Wayne to go to the mixtape shit. It's just who filling the other 3 spots. That's really the conversation. But you got to put Gucci in there too. Gucci mixtape bag is just crazy.
I got to give it to Cole because Cole had Friday Night Lights and The Come Up. 2 of the greatest pieces of work that I've ever heard. So I got to give it to Cole. Wayne, like you just said, he to go to the mixtape shit. Gotta give it to Future. Future has so many classic mixtapes. Y'all already seen that one picture when he got all the trophies with all the mixtapes that he got.
The Kobe shit where he like this.
y'all already know about that nigga, bro, with his mixtape. So definitely gotta say Future, bro. And Fabulous. So take 1 through 3 timeless shits. If y'all don't know about Fabulous and his mixtapes, definitely go listen to them shits because that's probably number 2 behind Wayne. I got Fabulous up there. That nigga Fabulous is a dog. Real shit. Mixtapes, bro said Snoop. Is that because you have a dog picture? I don't know.
Snoop Dogg?
Did he have mixtapes? I don't know. Uninformed. All right, bro. All right, bro. You can hit him with the social media.
You can follow us on Twitter at QE Podcast 1. You can follow us on Instagram at QANDE Podcast. You can follow and like our Facebook page. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Click the notification bell so you can see anytime that we drop new episodes. And our email is QANDEpodcast@gmail.com for any business inquiries, questions, or concerns. And somebody just got punched in their shit on Snowfall, but I'm not finna look to see who it is.
Oh, chill out. All right, man. So definitely appreciate y'all tuning in for today. Subscribe to us on all of our podcast platforms. We're on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Definitely check us out tomorrow, bro. We already know that we're going to drop the Snowfall review or Snowfall recap. Definitely check us out, bro. We appreciate y'all for listening, and we out. Peace.